Disciple Weekend is a time to be immersed in the story of God, to hear about how much He loves us and how that transforms our life, radically transforms.
Growing up in church, you think that you've heard all this all the time and you know exactly what you're supposed to do, but it changes the way your relationship is with Him and the way you pray and the way you see Him, the way you see yourself, the way you handle each situation. It changes everything. And you think that growing up in church your whole life that you had it kind of figured out and what the rules were. That's not the case.
Disciple for me is more liberating because it shows kind of like how to go about like your everyday battles, like your doubts and your fears and how to address them, and not only that, but to imitate how Christ was and how to live a life like Christ and to be a disciple and to really speak to everybody about Christ and not just be kind of like, not just be a show, but be the real thing.
It transferred all this head knowledge that I had about God to a heart knowledge that I was given with Him. So knowing Him as opposed to knowing about Him. You know, I think what's amazing with it is it doesn't matter the background, the upbringing, the whatever. This story transcends cultures, it transcends ethnicities, it transcends economic differences, and it really speaks to hearts of all ilks and walks of life.
This word is in me, and it's all these years later, so obviously it has an impact. And it's just knowing that I'm a part of this story. I'm a part of it, and I gotta keep sharing it. It's the whole letting go and trusting God part.
I know a lot of times we don't trust that God fully has us, and until we start believing and trusting that He's always going to be there, that's when He comes through the most.
I like seeing the revelation go through people's eyes and their face to see when something hits them that they hadn't thought of, or a story in the Bible that they've heard all their life, and all of a sudden it has a new meaning to them.
It was eye-opening because I was able to relate to, for example, Adam and Eve from the very beginning, and how doubt was present even with them, and how as humans we're gonna make faults and we're not perfect, but regardless how God's grace is still present.
Personally, I understand truly that Jesus loves me and created me just the way I am.
Wow. That's great.
Yes.
I really think there are incredible and great things for Promised Land going forward. As you continue to tell this story, and more people become invested in God's story and just kind of losing themselves to what He's writing and what He's saying.